across the world. And when the work ends, the day's just beginning, with beaches like West Beach in the Indiana Dunes National Park, exciting hiking and biking trails like the Diana of the Dunes Dare or the BMX track, and local treasures and exciting festivals, you'll know you're in more than just a bedroom community. From veterans of foreign wars to hometown heroes, our diversity is our strength, and we forge our future with the same flame as our steel. Oh, there's a place in the Midwest, and it's calling you home. The best part of Portage is what's next. The best part of Portage is you. There's more for you in Indiana. There's a place in the Midwest, 50 miles southeast of Chicago, nestled near the coast of Lake Michigan. It's a place driven by what's coming next, a place where industry is the lifeblood of its community, and its pulse is gritted with sand and steel, fire and smoke. It's a city building its future together, one business, one family, and one home at a time. This is a place for makers, doers, and dreamers. It's where the global marketplace meets hometown values, where Americana isn't just a tradition, it's a way of life. Here, your experience makes the difference. With access to railroads, major waterways, and 8 different highways, this is a place in motion, sending goods, services, and ideas not just across the state, but across the world. And when the work ends, the day's just beginning, with beaches like West Beach in the Indiana Dunes National Park, exciting hiking and biking trails like the Diana of the Dunes Dare or the BMX track, and local treasures and exciting festivals, you'll know you're in more than just a bedroom community. From veterans of foreign wars to hometown heroes, our diversity is our strength, and we forge our future with the same flame as our steel. Oh, there's a place in the Midwest, and it's calling you home. The best part of Portage is what's next. The best part of Portage is you. There's more for you in Indiana. There's a place in the Midwest, 50 miles southeast of Chicago, nestled near the coast of Lake Michigan. It's a place driven by what's coming next, a place where industry is the lifeblood of its community, and its pulse is gritted with sand and steel, fire and smoke. It's a city building its future together, one business, one family, and one home at a time. This is a place for makers, doers, and dreamers. It's where the global marketplace meets hometown values, where Americana isn't just a tradition, it's a way of life. Here, your experience makes the difference. With access to railroads, major waterways, and 8 different highways, this is a place in motion, sending goods, services, and ideas not just across the state, but across the world. And when the work ends, the day's just beginning, with beaches like West Beach in the Indiana Dunes National Park, exciting hiking and biking trails like the Diana of the Dunes Dare or the BMX track, and local treasures and exciting festivals, you'll know you're in more than just a bedroom community. From veterans of foreign wars to hometown heroes, our diversity is our strength, and we forge our future with the same flame as our steel. Oh, there's a place in the Midwest, and it's calling you home. The best part of Portage is what's next. The best part of Portage is you. There's more for you in Indiana. There's a place in the Midwest, 50 miles southeast of Chicago, nestled near the coast of Lake Michigan. It's a place driven by what's coming next, a place where industry is the lifeblood of its community, and its pulse is gritted with sand and steel, fire and smoke. It's a city building its future together, one business, one family, and one home at a time. This is a place for makers, doers, and dreamers. It's where the global marketplace meets hometown values, where Americana isn't just a tradition, it's a way of life. Here, your experience makes the difference. With access to railroads, major waterways, and 8 different highways, this is a place in motion, sending goods, services, and
I'd like to call to order the City of Portage Planning Commission for Monday, December 2nd, 2024. If you would stand and say the pledge. Mr. Cherry, could you call roll?
Victor Mendoza.
Here.
Melissa Weidenbach. Brent Wright.
Here.
Carissa Childers.
Here.
Sam LaBoy.
Here.
Deb Ekdahl. Denise Little.
Here.
Victoria Vasquez.
Here.
And Alonzo.
Here.
If everybody's had an opportunity to look at the minutes and there are no corrections or additions, may I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any reports from staff?
No reports at this time.
Okay. Could you call our first petitioner
Denise?
for old business?
Denise, I apologize. We need to make a motion for a new BZA member from the Planning Commission.
Okay.
I make a motion for Brent Wright to be the appointment to the BZA.
He's already on it. Okay. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Mr. Cherry, could you call roll?
Victor Mendoza.
Yes.
Brent Wright.
Yeah.
Carissa Childers.
Yes.
Sam LaBoy.
Yes.
Deb Ekdahl.
Yes.
Denise Little.
Yes.
Victoria Vasquez.
Yes.
Alonzo Garcia.
Yes.
Has everybody looked at the proposed Planning Commission dates for 26? I'm sorry, 25. And if there's no issues with those dates, we'll do a motion and a vote.
May I have a motion to approve the 2025 Planning Commission dates?
I'll make a motion to approve 2025 dates for the Plan Commission.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Under old business, P-02-24, we are still working through some engineering issues. Staff recommends to table this to the 1/6 Planning Commission meeting.
And aren't we also waiting for their information from MnDOT?
That has to do with some of the engineering requests.
Okay. We're just tabling it. You don't need us to list them. List any items. Okay. May I have a motion to table?
I'll make a motion to table P0224, right?
Yes.
Second.
Till 1/6.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Mr. Cherry, could you call roll?
Victor Mendoza,
Yes.
Brent Wright,
Yes.
Carissa Childers,
Yes.
Sam LaBoy,
Yes.
Deb Ekdahl,
Yes.
Denise Little,
Yes.
Victoria Vasquez,
Yes.
Alonzo Garcia.
Yes.
And just for information for the audience, that public hearing will remain open.
So we're going to move the, the last three up front, just to, out of consideration of some people that have shown up tonight. Z-05-24, Z-06-24, PD-02-24, due to staff working on recommendations and review all the way into today and not being able to get the staff report to the Plan Commission. We had a limited time due to holidays and a short review time. We recommend tabling to the 1/6 Plan Commission meeting.
And we would leave that public hearing open until that time.
That is correct.
Okay.
Madam President, may I be heard?
Yes.
My name is Todd Leith. I'm counsel for the petitioner, Lennar Homes. We concur with staff in their suggestion for a continuance. Certainly a short time frame. We could have turned around our review back to them a little earlier if we'd had anticipated the holiday, and we didn't. I didn't. We agree that it was a heavy lift and the short time frames. So it's very appropriate that we do that. I know that the mayor, prior to the commencement of tonight's meeting, has been soliciting and asking folks for their comments. So I would just like to make it known that the mayor is here, and if they haven't signed the sheet, they should do that. It's.
Please make sure you get that back to me. It's my favorite pen.
Yeah, there you go. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of the sign up, and we'll be working with staff going forward, and we look forward to coming back January 6th. I want the record, however, to be clear that it's being continued to January 6th, 6:30 council chambers, this very room, because it was a very expensive notice, and we want to make sure that we preserve that with a continuance to a date certain.
Sir in the back row, did you have a question?
He was asking it for the pen and paper, right?
Okay.
That was to me, sorry.
Okay. May I have a motion to table?
How about we do a motion to continue to the January regularly scheduled meeting?
Okay.
I make a motion to continue to the regularly scheduled January 6th meeting for Z0524, Z0624, PD02-24.
May I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Mr. Cherry, can you call roll?
Victor Mendoza,
Yes.
Brent Wright,
Yes.
Carissa Childers,
Yes.
Sam LaBoy,
Yes.
Deb Ekdahl,
Yes.
Denise Little,
Yes.
Victoria Vasquez,
Yes.
Alonso Garcia.
Yes.
Very good, thank you. Happy holidays.
Tom, would it be okay if I said one thing? If you guys would like to still talk to me, there's a number of people here, but I think I can fit anybody who wants to come upstairs. There's an elevator upstairs. I'm happy to talk to you in my office. I've got your stuff so I can reach out to you either way, but if you'd like to come upstairs and talk, I just think that might be a little bit better than talking in the lobby, because there's other things on their agenda that if we're all talking in there, it might interrupt the flow of the meeting in here. So I'll be up there if you'd like to talk, but otherwise, I'll reach out to you this way.
So is this now adjourned for?
Then you can stay, of course, if you want to hear the other things they're going through, but if you were just here for the Lennar, this is finished up until January.
Mr. Cherry, could you call our next order of business?
S-02-24, Devinder Singh, care of Integrated Construction Solutions, 11035 Broadway, Crown Point, Indiana, seeking to amend the plat of Lot 2 Grand Point Plaza into 2 lots. First replat of Lot 2 Grand Point Plaza, Lot 2A and 2B, located at 6580 and 6590 US Highway 6.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Adam McAlpine with McAlpine Consulting. I live at 398 East, 400 North in Valparaiso.
I'm Matt Rossman with Integrated Construction at 11035 Broadway, Crown Point, Indiana.
All right, so we're here tonight to present to you the Lot 2B first replat of Lot 2 in Grand Point Plaza for a proposed multi-use commercial refueling station and liquor store at the northwest corner of Highway 6 in Pan Am. We have been working on this a number of months with staff. We've come before the Portage Board of Zoning Appeals and have obtained 5 site design variances from the zoning ordinance, and worked through a number of issues with utilities as well. The project right now is one lot. It's Lot 2. That's bordered by Pan Am on the east, Hollywood Drive on the west, American Way on the north, and Highway 6 on the south. And the intention with this development is to split this Lot 2 into 2 pieces, Lot 2A on the west and Lot 2B on the right, on the east, with a shared access easement between them that would serve this refueling station and liquor store, and then a future speculative property for a development on Lot 2A. We just think that this is the best use of the property, and it's most, this is the most advantageous use for the seller and buyer and the proposed development. So what you see on your screen there is the proposed replat. All of the information is, description and et cetera has been coordinated through the town or the city engineer, as well as city planning staff. I'll just show you a site plan, I think is probably most appropriate. Here's the site plan of what the proposed development will look like. It's a gas station, but what you see here is the fuel canopy in the front. Two-way circulation around the perimeter with a drive-up window on the east side for use of the future business owner for food deliveries. Detention pond at the northern end for stormwater management. We're connecting to the sewer at the southern end on Highway 6, and the water main is on American Way. Besides that, we've got access to the site from Pan Am. It's important to know that the State Department of Transportation would not allow for a cut onto the property. And so for that reason, we coordinated with staff to create a break in the raised median that exists on Pan Am. And really, for this development or for any development that would come before you, that's the only way that you would make this property viable for development, is to create that accessibility. So there are 2 access points. The refueling trucks would come in and from American Way. Besides that, you want to add anything, Matt?
I think you pretty much hit it.
But we're excited to get going. Taking a lot of steps to get to this point, but we're ready to add this development to Portage.
Okay. I'd like to take these two separate. So the first one is just the approval to replat the lot to 2 lots. So I'll open for questions from the board. If there's no questions, may I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the separation, that it becomes 2 plats for Lot 2A and 2B.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Cherry, could you call roll?
Victor Mendoza,
Yes.
Brent Wright,
Yes.
Carissa Childers,
Yes.
Sam LaBoy,
Yes.
Deb Ekdahl,
Yes.
Denise Little,
Yes.
Victoria Vasquez,
Yes.
Alonso Garcia.
Yes.
And our second order of business is the site plan approval for a multi-tenant building that includes a gas station. So I will open that to members of the board.
Yeah, just for the record, SP, or I'm sorry, yes, SP-08-24.
Where's tenant 1 and 2, like in the building? Because like, I see where it looks like there's 2 entrances in the front.
Exactly. See my cursor, this would be the entrance for the gas station, and then this would be the entrance for the liquor store. To my knowledge, there's no connection between the two.
There is no
right?
connection. Yeah, complete separation. You can't go from the C-store to the liquor store or vice versa.
So no common place then?
What's that?
There's no common place then?
There is no common area at all.
Did you want to address any of the conditions that are still open on your application?
I would. Let me have a look here.
I don't think they were addressed in there.
I did read through the comments. Okay, so my understanding is there's still some concern about the curbs with the vehicle turning movements, correct? Okay. Was there another one that I should?
Yeah, staff just wants to clarify the curbs and make sure there's no modifications that need to be made and by whom. And the problem with this lot, the road, American Way is just, it makes it very difficult for turning radius. No matter who we have that wants to do anything here, we need to figure that out. So that's one thing I just need to clarify with them as far, we want to make sure it's, no, there's not going to be any delivery vehicles running over curbs or anything like that. So the other issue is a small issue. It's that sidewalk on the south part right next to Pan Am. Staff's really not 100% happy with the way that looks, so we want to kind of maybe streamline that or kind of fade it around the manhole. There's a manhole right there, so it can't go directly south. So we just want to work with them to maybe make that look a little less severe as far as that angle, so. Well, I'm not sure there's enough room in between the manhole and the curb. I think we need to go to the west of that manhole, so maybe just a little slope and around, kind of go around that manhole. It's just aesthetics, so.
We can definitely work that out. I think right now we were just connecting this point to the north, but there's probably a better way to work this through. We can talk about that, Tom. The other question has to do with refueling trucks. So one of the requirements with a project, well, any project, but a particular project that involves semi-truck refueling, is we need to show how a semi-truck can navigate through and leave the site. And so there are a few pinch points, but there are some reasons for the pinch points. One of them has to do with a westbound truck driver trying to make a northbound move onto Pan Am. Because of the median that extends out, unless that median is slightly removed, they really can't negotiate the turn to go north without their back right tire rolling up over the curb. You guys have seen that with semis. The other pinch point is a westbound American Way movement when the semi is coming up this way to the north. My suggestion, in order to eliminate any wheels that would overhang the curb, is just to wait for a gap. And that semi would be going in the opposite direction of traffic, because to get into this lane is very difficult, but that's not uncommon. And I think given the light traffic here, that occasional refueling truck that makes that movement seems pretty reasonable. So really, those are the two comments that are hanging out there. I think that we can overcome those pretty easily. This one is just a little bit of additional demolition within the right-of-way. We're already taking out this portion of the median. I don't think anyone would object if we removed about 10 to 15 feet of median at the southern end.
Did you receive your sanitary and storm approvals?
No, we were told to wait
Okay.
until this board
Okay.
decides, and then we'll go to the sanitary and storm board.
So do you think you could have all of this resolved by next month?
Yeah, oh, it's definitely we can. And we've also satisfied the sanitary and storm board comments, so that meeting would just be, approving what they've already commented on.
Okay.
So we've been working with Taranga throughout the review process. They could easily just show us the radiuses for the turn radiuses for the trucks. I'm sure they're familiar with the technicalities, as well as they were talking about the stormwater approval. As soon as site plan approval is given, a drainage permit as well as a SWIP needs to be turned into us to be reviewed by staff. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I just flashed forward. I should have pulled this up. These are the turning movements that I was describing. So what you see here in green are the outermost wheels. And as you see that westbound vehicle, and here it's the same, but you see those could be massaged to be different here depending on how you locate the center of the semi in this program.
I'm curious with the flow of traffic, where are the nearest traffic lights, especially if you're talking about the turns being at such an angle that might be a little tight? Are they slowing down in their speed, or are they still going at a same rate of mileage before they get to that point to turn?
So this is a signalized intersection, so all traffic turning in is coming from a stop or at whatever approach speed, if they have a green light on Highway 6 at this point. I don't know what the speed limit is there.
Yep, Pan Am is signalized, Pan Am and 6, and speed limit there is 45,
Okay.
right there.
Okay, thank you.
And this is a four-way stop sign.
Yeah, at Pan Am and American Way. Yeah, it's four-way stop currently, so.
Those trucks, how often are the trucks going to be making their deliveries?
As needed, when we run out of fuel.
So.
I would say once every 5 days.
Once every 5 days?
Each tanker holds about 8,500 gallons. So once every 5 days will be average.
Thank you.
Don't they typically?
Typically, they'll come, yeah, typically, they'll come between, I would say, 10 PM till 6 AM the next day. Most fueling will happen around 4:30 to 5 AM.
A side question, since we're talking fuel, is this station also going to have E85 fuel or just straight unleaded gas?
No, we will also have flex fuel, E85, as well as diesel.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? May I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve contingent. We're still in the contingency on the curves and the sidewalks and the storm approvals, right?
I don't think we're looking to approve it yet, but we're going to continue it until,
Well, staff recommendation was to approve contingent
Okay.
upon, so.
okay, you're right.
Is that your motion?
That's my motion.
Second.
Mr. Cherry, can you read that motion?
So the recommendation was contingent upon a plan showing the reconstruction of how curbs at American Way and Pan Am intersection at the northeast corner would need to be reconstructed if needed, and if any approval from NDOT would be necessary at Route 6 to avoid damage from a semi or gas truck when entering and exiting the development. Contingency number 2, staff approval of the sidewalk placed along the east side of the lot going south to connect to the existing sidewalk along the southwest corner of Pan Am Boulevard and US Highway 6. The sidewalk should match or closely match the sidewalk on the east side of the intersection of Pan Am and US Highway 6, but will differ due to manhole location. And number 3, sanitary and storm approvals.
And we have a second.
Victor Mendoza.
Yes.
Yes.
Carissa Childers.
Yes.
Sam LaBoy.
Yes.
Deb Ekdahl.
Yes.
Denise Little.
Yes.
Victoria Vasquez.
Yes.
Alonso Garcia.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Cameron Wignall with Olthoff Homes, 8051 Wicker Avenue in St. John. I'm here tonight to request approval of secondary plat for River Trace subdivision, Phase 1. Phase 1 consists of 27 duplex lots and 4 townhome lots. Everything has been worked out and addressed with staff through the DRC. And we also have all of our bonds submitted to Sandy McDaniel, which go before Board of Works next week. So again, here to request secondary plat approval, and I'd be happy to take any questions you may have.
I will open to questions from the board.
Just to clarify, I need to get into the record, S-03-24 is the case we're hearing right now. So staff would also like to add, since this has been written up, they have already satisfied the Board of Works as far as sidewalk and curb.
So we have no contingencies.
Well, we do have a contingency on any outstanding bond and maintenance requirements, but I believe that has been rectified with Sandy?
Started?
It's started, yeah.
They've been submitted. I think they
Right.
need to be certified at Board of Works next week.
Correct.
But all the amounts have been approved and bonds have been submitted.
So you could keep the Board of Works, yes, that does have to. I'm sorry, I was talking about the curb and sidewalk waiver, so, as is.
Just taking a minute to look at all this.
No problem.
Any questions or comments? If none, may I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve S-03-24 as shown.
Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Mr. Cherry, could you call roll?
Victor Mendoza,
Yes.
Brent Wright,
Yes.
Carissa Childers,
Yes.
Sam LeBoy,
Yes.
Deb Ekdahl,
Yes.
Denise Little,
Yes.
Victoria Vasquez,
Yes.
Alonso Garcia.
Yes.
Thank you.
Could you call our next order of new business?
P-03-24, Luke Land LLC, care of Daniel Tersman, 3592 North Hobart Road, Hobart, Indiana, seeking primary plat approval of Luke Store 247 subdivision, approximately 1.56 acres, plus or minus, consisting of one lot to construct a Luke Oil gas station at 6375 Central Avenue, including 6349 Central Avenue, former Beef Mart building.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Steve Murphy. Daniel Tersman could not be here last minute, so I'm the Director of Finance for Luke Land, filling in for Dan tonight for any questions on this primary plat approval.
I have a question.
Yes. He stole all my thunder, though. He took it. No, I'm just kidding. Steve Murphy, 3592 North Hobart Road, Hobart, Indiana is where our corporate office is. There is 2 lots currently. We are seeking approval, primary plat approval to combine the lots to construct Luke Oil gas station. The store would be approximately 4,000 square foot. In the last couple of years, we've opened up 2 new locations in Valpo and 2 in Hobart. These would be similar. This would be a same type of C-store. It's our new prototype construction, so we look forward to expanding in Portage. Like I said, we just have in Valpo and Hobart recently. Continue to move more locations into Porter County. As far as Dan has been working with the city on this, I know that this, working with the staff on it, it is contingent upon approval of vacating a portion of a sanitary easement on the south side of parcel 2, and that we will also demo the existing building, and it will be a brand new build, the existing Beef Mart.
That concludes your presentation.
It does, yes, thank you.
I will now open the public hearing. Is there anybody here to speak for the petitioner? Is there anybody here to speak for the petitioner? Is there anybody here to speak for the petitioner? Is there anybody here to speak against the petitioner? Is there anybody here to speak against the petitioner? Is there anybody here to speak against the petitioner? If not, I close the public hearing and open to questions from the board.
Thank you, Madam President. So you answered my question mentioning that you're going to demolish the existing Beef Mart. So is it intended to have the new building at a setback where the Beef Mart is, or is it more going to be set towards the east? My concern is just the traffic that's already customer-based for the row buildings that are already there, if they're going to have to maneuver around a new building, or if it's going to flow a little bit more easily if the building is set back.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if there is a layout yet. This is kind of the first, oh, you have it, okay.
So the question was the building. I believe where the building is, and Alonzo, you can kind of chime in on this, but I believe where that Beef Mart is, a lot of that and south of that is going to be retention, correct?
Yes, exactly. It's paved in part grass right now, but they're planning to demolish it and change it into the detention area.
So the actual structure, the C-store and the pumps, that'll be more towards the corner, and the existing Beef Mart will be torn down, and a lot of that will be retention and trees and kind of make a green space out of that.
Yes. Yeah, and I think Dan just cautioned, it, like, a lot of that is planned right now, but we will, that's the way it would fit the best. But this isn't what this approval is for, correct, yeah.
Thank you.
As far as curb cuts go, they're already in place. There would be one that we would, let me see, there was one that we are eliminating the existing east entrance on Central. So there would actually be, I guess, less curb cuts than there are currently, but the curb cuts that are there are sufficient for the project.
And we have one contingency. The finalization of that sanitary board vacating.
Correct. The easement on the, would be the south portion of parcel 1. We need a portion of that, or we are requesting a portion of that to be vacated, but that would be with approval from the sanitary board and the property owner.
And then the total demolition of the beef mart and restoration of the property.
Correct.
Okay. Any questions?
Is there any special permitting or anything they have to go through this commission to demo the beef barn?
That goes through the building department. That's just permits for tear down. Any potential remediation, or asbestos or whatever, that goes through building department.
Any other questions or comments? May I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept contingent upon the sanitary board vacating a portion of the sanitary sewer easement and the total demolition of the beef mart.
And restoration.
And restoration. Got it?
We have a motion. May I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Mr. Cherry, could you call roll?
Victor Mendoza. Yes. Brent Wright.
Yes.
Carissa Childers.
Yes.
Sam LaBoy.
Yes.
Deb Ekdahl.
Yes.
Denise Little.
Yes.
Victoria Vasquez.
Yes.
Alonso Garcia.
Yes.
Congratulations. Excellent. Thank you very much.
Is there any old business to come before the commission?
Nope.
If not, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.